So about your three freshmen?
Well, I thought the effort was good. That's kind of, or not kind of, but that's what we're looking at now. And from here on out, you know, we want effort. If they're putting a good effort in, you know, we'll get good results. But I think even the two matches we lost, I think the effort was solid. So that's you know, that's kind of the foundation of everything else, I think. So that's what we're focusing on. If you guys keep hustling and working, well, then they can make progress, and that's the name of the game.
And your freshman?
Yeah, I got to think who's a freshman. Taylor? No. Let's go. 41. Zane. Zane had a very good match. I think that was a solid kid. That was one of their better kids, and Zane just did what he does, and he just stayed on him. Did a nice job scoring points there, and he's just solid. Zane's just solid. He's tough in all three positions, and he wrestles hard. So yeah, the next freshman would be, go up the lineup. Bites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought Bites did well. He could have won that match. He just got to get better at finishing shots. But he took a lot of shots, and anytime a kid's taking that many shots in a match, you got to know they're going to get good, because they'll figure it out eventually how to finish them. But he's been off the mat all week, and I thought maybe he twisted his knee right away, but I don't think so. I think he's just maybe didn't get a good warm up or something. But he looked a little wasn't quite himself, but the effort was still solid. But he's doing a nice job. He moved up from 41 a week ago, and is doing a great job. He's a guy we want to get as much experience as possible. The next freshman would be Phipps. I think Phipps, I was glad that he kept battling all the way to the end, because it would have been very easy for him after he missed that takedown attempt to let the guy run around him in the third period, and he kind of fought through it and gave himself a chance to win, which was good. And that he's actually hasn't been on the mat in a couple months, or a month and a half. He broke his hand, so he's been running on the treadmill and doing aerodyne bikes, but there's nothing quite like wrestling, obviously, so I thought he did a nice job. He was cleared this week to wrestle, and to throw him out there and have him step in and wrestle one of their better guys, I believe. He did a nice job. So,
David, were you surprised that Cameron came at you so aggressively?
I guess I was a little, no, not necessarily surprised. You know, Jake's he's a really strong, athletic kid, and we were actually roommates for a year and teammates for a couple years. So I mean, he's very explosive on the shots. So I kind of expected him to come out and shoot a few times. Also, so I mean, it was nice to have a guy come out and try and score.
What's it like wrestling someone that you're that familiar with?
I don't know. You can be. I mean, in wrestling, there's not too many people you wrestle that you're not very familiar with at this point. Whether growing up in the kids circuit or friends or teammates along the way of doing something. So there's not, that aspect of it is not really that different or out of the ordinary.
But as far as like a different singlet and everything, I mean, usually you're wrestling kids that you're familiar with, at maybe tournaments or something like that. But having been in front of Rec Hall, especially with his familiarity with Rec Hall, was there any type of difference there?
No, I mean, I just treated it just like every other match. I just going out and trying to score as many points as I possibly could, and that doesn't really change no matter what kind of singlet or what color ankle band you're wearing. I just try and go out with the same attitude.
Just for any of you guys, I don't know where you are when they raise the banners, but I don't know if you guys are in a position to see that or if you're back in the locker room, but if you did, I mean, what goes through your head when you see that third one go up?
Oh, I didn't see it. I don't know if you guys saw it.
I didn't see it either.
I think we're past that. I think it's great, but we're looking at 2014 now. That's our plan. So, we celebrated and we had a great time, and we're very proud of it. But it's time to move on. I think we have.
Jordan, how do you think he wrestled?
I think I wrestled well. I think it took me a little bit, maybe to get a little rhythm going. But I feel like for part of the match I was wrestling his type of match, he was just tying me up and kind of moving me around a lot. But I think towards the end I started getting my shots and everything.
Can you talk about how this win will like set the tone for the rest of the season?
I mean, just like every other match, just like David said, a win just, helps with momentum, I guess, but just keep improving every match. So other than that, I guess just focus on keep getting better.
Jordan, was strength a big focus for you in the offseason, kind of working to improve that? And if so, what did you do? How did you go about trying to improve that? Your strength?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, not this summer, the summer before, I kind of lifted the same way, just trying to get stronger and a little bit bigger for the weight class. And I stayed up here most of the summer. I was lifting with our strength coach, Coach Contos. So, I mean, I think it helped out a lot, just getting stronger and trying to put some weight on.
David, you were standing out there after intermission for a little bit just on the mat by yourself, kind of warming up. What were your thoughts right there? I mean, your first match of this season, which is your last season in Rec Hall, was that going through your head at all?
Yeah, it was a little weird. I don't know. The break was up, and they weren't ready to wrestle, I guess, so they were going to hang out in the locker room a little longer. But, it's just, I've said it millions of times, but something about Rec Hall, doesn't matter what it is, whether you're standing there, sitting there, watching a match on the mat, it's just something special about this place. And when you're out there and you step on that mat, and it's just go time. And I've always thought I've wrestled really well in Rec Hall, and I don't think at this point, it's not really anything out of the ordinary. But as the season goes on and these whole matches start winding down, they'll probably start hitting, setting in a little longer. But really, the only thing really it's different is this is a new year, and we have the same goals as a team, and I do as an individual. And if I'm going and trying to accomplish those goals, then we're contributing to the main goal, which is winning a national title as a team. And each time we step in Rec Hall, we get to set the attitude that we're a great team and we're going to go out and wrestle hard. And I think it says a lot. Just kind of I was thinking, something about freshmen. I love watching Zane Rutherford wrestle, and I know I can tell he's gonna be really good. And today showed something. When that guy was in on a shot, he defended the shot and was immediately right into his takedown. That's when you can tell a guy's gonna be really good. When you're not thinking about clearing away and separating, you're thinking about scoring. Not too many guys do stuff like that. And watching the new guys like Jordan go out and wrestle hard every single match, watching Zane go out and wrestle every single match, that just keeps me hungry and keeps me so excited to step on the mat for this team, because it just says a lot for what's going on here.
Yeah, he's relentless on top. Is that just something natural that comes to him?
I think in high school he was a guy that would go out and beat a guy 5-0 and high school 6-minute match, 5 minutes and 59 seconds riding time. But now in college, this year he's been cutting guys, going out and to be a true freshman and going out and doing what he's doing these guys. That's impressive. When I was a true freshman, I wasn't going out and killing guys like he is right now, and it's just his first college matches. This is only his 7th or 8th college match, and he's had bonus points in most of his matches already, and shutting guys out and going out to dominate. And that's the attitude he's got to have, and I'm really excited for his future here.
Talk about chain wrestling like that, Jordan. You had a takedown there. I think it was either in the second or third period, where you hit the takedown attempt, he came back, and then you kind of passed him by and got the takedown. It's kind of like a flurry, like he was talking about with Zane. Is that something you focused on too this offseason, that continuous chain wrestling?
Yeah, I think a lot of that comes from like play wrestling, which is just not really wrestling live, I guess, but you're wrestling hard and just wrestling top, bottom, on your feet. I think that just comes with just wrestling, though. Just practice, and if you're practicing like that, then it kind of just all chains together, and you might recognize positions that you were in practice or whatever. It's just wrestling, I guess.
Cael, any updates on the Altons?
I don't know. They're still pushing along. You're saying mid-December is what our trainer's saying. But, you got to figure out and do it the right way, and how would you bring it back? Do you hit some open matches, or what do you do? So we're not really to that point yet, so haven't made those decisions. But they're doing a nice job, and they're both wrestling hard in practice now, so
I
it shouldn't be too long.
Ideally, Cael, would you, if it was possible, would you want them at the scuffle, or is that too big a one to put them in right away?
You know, that's a good question. We'll see how they feel at the time. I mean, because you can always enter somebody in a tournament and have them wrestle a few matches, and
Yeah.
if you know things aren't feeling correct, then you can pull them out. But I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're planning on wrestling the scuffle. He said, hope they are or think they are, but you know, we'll make that decision when we get a little closer, because that's still 6 weeks away. Maybe, I don't know, 5 weeks, something like that.
At the risk of putting you on the spot in front of Jordan, what do we look at 133? Is this Jordan's spot after today, or do we see Jimmy again?
They're still trying to figure that out, still battling for it, and you know, we got two incredible wrestlers there, so hate not to have them both in the lineup. But they're both they're still wrestling. Still have to figure that situation out.
Anything else? Everybody good? Awesome. All right. Thank you. Thanks.